At this point, if there's anything I'm good at, it is compiling useless information for whoever wants to waste their time watching it. I can imagine that you have probably experienced waiting your whole life to use something in a conversation or argument, but you never get to. And so I'm here to fuel your next awkward road trip with your siblings who probably won't actually listen to you by providing you 100 completely useless facts to fry your last 2 brain cells. Warning, by watching this video, you risk wasting your time taking in information you'll never have a use for, and this channel accepts no liability if you become even more brain rotted than beforehand. The music company Yamaha also produces motorcycles, and they have made an air raid siren. The least common birthday is December 25th. The atomic mass of francium is 223.019. Flushable toilets were invented in 1596. From 1978 through 1980, a man ate an entire airplane. Yes, you heard me. He ate it. He said the landing gear tasted the best. The song Sick by Slipknot was originally going to be called Slipknot, which means that had they not changed it, it could have been Slipknot by Slipknot on Slipknot. Bear Grylls was born on June 7th, 1974. The second video game ever invented is Tennis for Two from 1958. On January 9th, 2025, Felipe Neto was the 88th most subscribed YouTube channel. The average cloud weighs approximately 1 million tons. Bananas are berries and strawberries are not. The reason cats' ears stand upright is because they evolved to be capable of rotating 180 degrees for extra awareness in the wilderness. Statistically, the easiest household menial chore is wiping surfaces. Horses and rats are incapable of throwing up, due to the fact that to do so, the body must put squeezing pressure on the stomach, which causes their stomachs to burst. Woody from Toy Story's full name is Woody Pride. Buffy the Vampire Slayer was the first TV show to use Google as a verb, as in to Google something. In 2024, Oxford University declared the official word of the year to be brain rot. Laughing for 15 minutes straight burns 40 calories. Mariah Carey wrote the song All I Want for Christmas Is You in just 15 minutes. It is a written law that it's illegal to parachute into St. Peter's Basilica in the Vatican City. Dogs have belly buttons. 1 degree of Earth is 69 miles. The chemical that releases in your mind when you feel love is oxytocin. Hot water bottles have expiration dates, typically dated 2 years after they were produced, which is there because after 2 years of usage, they are prone to burst, which can cause injury. A Black Eyed Peas concert admission ticket costs about $250. In its entire time on the air, Peppa Pig has changed executive producers only one time. The Slinky was invented by accident. In the UK, it costs £6.25 to run a 1000 watt radiator for 25 hours. The expiration date on water bottles is for the bottle, not the water. 80% of water on the International Space Station is recycled sweat and urine that is processed into safe drinking water. The only 2 words in the English dictionary that match the definition of year are annum and 12-month. A man won a personalized award from Google in 2022 for being the first to search, is it legal to take pigeons from the park for free? One 330ml can of Coca-Cola Zero Sugar contains this many protons. The most refunded game on Steam is JJK Cursed Clash. Eminem completely stopped using the name Slim Shady on May 31st, 2024. Spotify's blank in the world system ends at 500th. The average person contracts the common cold 4 times a year. The expression has a definition in the dictionary. Per calendar year, there are only 11 federal holidays in the US. As of 2025, the only animals seen in the Talking Kitty Cat YouTube series that are still alive are Gibby-son, Random Kitty, and Gigi. In August 1901, a man named Wilbur, who was one of a few humans trying to invent flight travel, stated, "Not within 1,000 years will man ever fly." Just 2-ish years later, in December of 1903, the first controlled flight happened. The world record for most hits on a singular drum in 1 minute is held by an 11-year-old boy who achieved 2,370 hits. Only twice in the 2000s have women become the running candidate for a US election, both of which were Democrats and were defeated by Donald Trump. The human stomach's weight limit is 4 liters. The most serious crime in the United States to be considered a misdemeanor is arson. Dogs can hold their breath for 4 to 6 minutes. The phrase LOL, standing for laugh out loud, dates back to 1917. The population of Sharm el-Sheikh was 13,561 in 2021. The exact spot where Benito Mussolini was executed by hanging in 1945 is now a McDonald's. On average, 13 people die to a vending machine falling on them every year. The word skibbity is a noun and means an evil being or person. In 2006, scientists accidentally killed the oldest living animal, a 507-year-old mollusk. On the first day of 2010, there were exactly 2,442,997 living US citizens of the last name Smith. An average carrot weighs 375 carrots, Mercury is the weakest metal on the periodic table. The strongest is tungsten. The largest school in the world is City Montessori K-12 school. When cutting a cast saws do not spin, they vibrate. You're actually supposed to preheat your air fryer. If you shuffle a Spotify album or playlist with 7 songs in it, the chance of every song playing in the correct order is 1.5625%. The first commercial airliner flight took place on January 1st, 1914, from St. Petersburg to Tampa. This flight lasted only 23 minutes, reached a cruising altitude of just 5 feet, and carried only 1 passenger. Typically, foot-long sandwiches from Subway are not a foot long, and are usually 11 inches. The most popular breakfast in the USA is egg on toast with bacon. The most common time to wake up in the morning is 6 a.m. 8.1% of Earth's population does this. The first man to discover what sperm cells look like under a microscope was incredibly drunk when he did so. Flushing the toilet consumes 1.6 gallons of water. The most expensive mass-produced brand of chocolate in the world is Toastywav. Ricky Martin has achieved 11 #1 hits. The second least visited country in 2019 was the Marshall Islands. The easiest percussion instrument to learn is the tambourine. Leaving your beagle home alone for 4 or more hours is widely unrecommended. The leading cause of death in the world is cardiovascular disease. The keytar was invented in the 1970s. Today, random means to have no complete purpose or aim in order to surprise people. In the 1300s, this word meant running or moving at a high speed. The most common word to be said when people talk in their sleep is no. In 1967, Harold Holt, the Prime Minister of Australia at the time, went for a swim and disappeared. His whereabouts still remain unknown. In the UK, number plates with 69 on them signify cars manufactured in 2019. The first ever wedding occurred in 2350 BCE. The national dish of St. Vincent and the Grenadines is roasted breadfruit with fried jackfish. If you mix all 7 colours of the rainbow, you will get a light brown shade. Allegedly, in 1856, Mount Everest was measured by geologists and found to be exactly 29,000 feet tall. However, they thought that this would be an unbelievable number and so listed it as 29,002 feet instead. In the 1950s, it was proven that they were wrong anyway, with the mountain actually having been 29,028 feet at the time. An average dream lasts 3 seconds. The shortest war in history took place between the UK and Zanzibar in 1896, and from declaration to peace lasted only 38 minutes. Considering the names of all 50 US states, Alaska is the only that can be typed using one singular row on a QWERTY keyboard. Peanuts are a potent ingredient in creating dynamite. This is because peanut oil can be processed into glycerol, which can then be processed into nitroglycerin, which is the liquid reactive inside of dynamite that makes it explode. A gross is 144. Sharks do not have any bones. Also, they, as well as most other fish in the world, are capable of coughing. The human brain's storage limit is 2.5 petabytes. That's 2,500 terabytes. You spend a whole third of your life sleeping. So sleep well tonight. The company that produces the largest amount of plastic bottles is Dow Chemical. A leap year doesn't actually occur every 4 years. As for a year to be considered a leap year while also staying in line with Earth's revolutions, a year's number must be wholly divisible with both 100 and 400. For example, this means 2000 was a leap year because 2000 divided by 100 equals 20, and 2000 divided by 400 equals 5. However, 1900 was not a leap year because while 1900 divided by 100 is 19, 1900 divided by 400 is 4.75. Lemons float in water, but limes sink. This is due to limes being denser than lemons. The largest video game map of all time is that of No Man's Sky. If such were laid out in real life, it would stretch out 31 sextillion 700 quintillion kilometers squared, which is approximately 3,522,222,222.22 recurring times larger than our universe. On top of all of that, the map also boasts 18 quintillion, 446 quadrillion, 744 trillion, 73 billion, 709,551,616 fully explorable planets. The eyes of a human with 20/20 vision see in what would be the equivalent of 18K resolution. The word orange came from the fruit rather than the color. You can like YouTube comments by double tapping them. The reason tears taste salty is because they are in fact 2% sodium chloride. The other 98% is water. The sound that your heartbeat produces comes from the heart valves opening and closing. Women have 20% more taste buds than men. Shiloh Dynasty featured on 3 songs in XXXTentacion's album 17. These songs being Jocelyn Floors, Everybody Dies in Their Nightmares, and Carry On. And finally, an average cob of corn contains 800 individual kernels. Thanks for watching.